Some of the LS games your man Rab played, computer games sure, Commodore 16, Commodore 64, but also fighting fantasy games, you know what I mean? Warlock or Firetop Mountain, you know what I mean? And it's been a challenge, isn't it, for games developers, video games developers, to try and capture these in video game form. But it's now time to set sail across that water to a destination of your choosing. If you want to go that way, a review of the video game version, computer game version of Warlock or Firetop Mountain. And if you want to go that way, a review of Monster Hunter World for the PlayStation. We're fucking going that way.
Hi, I'm Steve Jackson, co-author with Ian Livingstone of the Fighting Fantasy Gamebook series. Fighting Fantasy Adventures are tales of heroic fantasy, dungeons, dragons, magic and monsters, but in Fighting Fantasy, you are the hero. It's you who decides which passageways to take.
You choose a character that you want to take into the mountain, and this is instantly where it becomes interesting, because as you can see here, there are different attacks that different characters specialise in. They have different attributes, and they also have their own wee personal quests. That's one of the coolest things about this game, is that every character you take in has their own personal quest within the story, so they have to do something different. One guy might want to kill a minotaur, one woman might want to find a specific bit of treasure. So every journey through the mountain that you take, you can always have a kind of wee variant there, a kind of special objective. So anyway,
here's the entrance to Firetop Mountain. As you venture into the cavern, you will find yourself at a T-junction. Will you turn right or left? I'll turn left.
it is the game book. This is what I want to express about this game. It is the Fighting Fantasy game book, Warlock of Firetop Mountain. If you have read that book, then you will recognise the locations, the events and stuff like that. However, look at the way that they have created this game. Look at the way they have put this game in a digital form. They've made it look like a fucking beautiful miniatures board game. The way you move is like a wee miniature moving through a beautifully constructed diorama almost, right? And again,
uh-oh, we've come to an orc sentry who's asleep at his post.
You're getting the wee choices, where do you want to go, but there's no like page numbers or anything like that. It's all laid out like a dungeon crawl. It's all very recognisable as the classic Warlock of Firetop Mountain as you know it. However, watch this here. I'm going to approach this sleeping orc and I'm going to fight this orc, alright? We could try and sneak past, but let's fight him instead, because I want to show you what they've done here with the combat. Obviously in Fighting Fantasy game books, what normally used to happen was that you would just have a kind of a die roll, a roll off against a baddie to win. But here, it's merely a tactical miniatures game. This is what they've done with it. So you have your movement, you can move around and you can activate your attacks, and you kind of have to predict where the enemy is going to move to. So if I attack in this square here, well, he didn't move in. I was hoping he was going to move in. I'll try again. He moves in and I hit him. And this character, the specific character I've taken here, is particularly good at the wee diagonal attacks. So you're kind of wanting to try and navigate around the battle maps, move characters into the areas, move enemies into the areas where your character is best at attacking, and do your attacks, right? Here we go. You'll remember this bit for the book with the two dogs chained up. Ideally you want to throw them a bit of meat, which will quieten them down. You can find that meat off to the right. And this is the cool thing about this game as well. You're going through the dungeon and you're going to make multiple runs through Firetop Mountain, right? And you're going to know what happens. You're going to remember what happens in specific locations, but there's wee things change as every time you go through. Wee things change every time you go through. Again, there's the personal quest. So sometimes when you want to avoid the Minotaur, sometimes you want to hunt the Minotaur down. Sometimes you want to avoid that whole wing of the mountain where you don't need to go. Sometimes you're like, well, that's my main thing, I need to knock that out first before I continue on, right? Every time you fight baddies as well, you gain souls, as you can see up the top right when you kill a baddie. Got in a wee bit of trouble here, hold on. Put an attack there as it runs away, bang, right up the arse of that dog. And you gain souls, and you use these souls to unlock new characters who again have new personal stories. Here's what else they've done, right? Watch this. There's wee benches here. You don't get these in the fucking game books, do you? There's wee benches where you can sit and you can kind of save here. You sit on the bench and rest, and that means if you die further into the mountain, you can come back to that bench and continue on. Now, I just wanted to do this like a Let's Play to just show you, you know, the opening of the game, because I kind of think if you've seen the opening of this game, then you see how it works, and if it grabs you, then you're going to love it. This has been one of the best games I've played. I'm like, you know, I've got Monster Hunter, right? We were supposed to be doing an episode about Monster Hunter, but I've been running through this. I've been obsessed with just going through this because Warlock of Firetop Mountain is a brilliant game book anyway, right? We'll fucking know that. It's brilliant anyway. And just, this is beautiful to look at. I think it's beautiful the way they've created this game. I think this is the perfect way to present fighting fantasy game books in a digital form. The combat system is so much fun. It's so relaxing. Yeah, of course you can say, this is a casual game, man. This is a casual game, this isn't. I don't care. I don't care. Look, I found a key there. These keys will be in different places and you need these keys to get through. It's a very, very difficult game. But I recommend it. I am giving the highest of recommendations to the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. You can get it on Steam right now, and you really should, because it's a fucking belter.
Good luck on your adventures, and may your stamina never fail.